Walaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Okay, so today we'll be talking about pronouns. We'll be talking about pronouns. And in school, you have a pronoun is a word used to, others at school. Maybe you wouldn't have a song like that, but for people, let me call it Promax. So your pronoun is a word used instead of a noun. So we have to be a word used instead of sentence. When you have a sentence like this, Adeniyi is a boy. Adeniyi loves to eat rice. Adeniyi this, Adeniyi that, Adeniyi that. Repetition. And it is even going to make the sentence more, it's going to make the sentence short compared to what you would have if you keep writing Adeniyi, 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 Adeniyi. So a pronoun is used as a substitute instead of a noun in a sentence, as a noun or noun phrase in a sentence. Some examples of pronouns we have are he, she, it, my, ours, theirs, you, we, they, and them. See. Now, types of pronouns. We have a personal pronoun, we have the relative pronoun, we have the reciprocal pronoun, we have the indefinite pronoun, possessive, reflexive, demonstrative, and interrogative pronoun. But for the sake of use of English, UTME's use of English, we would limit the scope of types of pronoun to personal pronoun, relative pronouns, reciprocal pronoun, and indefinite pronoun. We'll be talking about personal pronoun, relative, reciprocal, indefinite, and maybe reflexive. Okay, so now let's start with reciprocal pronouns. I cannot see your screen. Who else cannot see my screen? If you can't see my screen, it's definitely your internet. Maybe you should just rejoin the class. Please, who else cannot see my screen? I am presenting a screen on pronouns. Who else cannot see my screen? Let me know if you cannot see my screen. Aisha, you cannot see my screen also. Apart from Aisha and Ali Daya, who cannot see my screen? Who else? So if you can't see my screen, I think you should rejoin the class. If you can't see my screen, kindly rejoin the call. If you can't see my screen, kindly rejoin. Welcome back, learners. Sorry about that. So those that couldn't see my screen before, can you see it now? How is it now? Please mute yourself. Okay, so let's continue. Now, we'll be starting with reciprocal pronoun. Reciprocal pronoun. When we say reciprocal pronoun, Smile Shogeke, please mute yourself. You are disturbing this class. Thank you. When we say reciprocal, when you do something to me and I do that also to you, then we are talking about reciprocating something. So reciprocal pronouns are pronouns that show a one-to-one relationship. It is a relationship based on symbiotism. The biology students here would have known what symbiotism is, right? If you don't know what symbiotism is, I will report it to your biology teacher. So it means that you do it to me and I do it to you. If you do it to me and I do not do it to you, it is not reciprocal. For example, now, you gave me money and you expected me to give you money in return, but I did not give you money. You would not talk about reciprocating there because you were the only one that gave me money and I did not return that favor. So when you love somebody and the person doesn't love you in return, then you say there is love lost. That is, you are the only one sharing, you are the only one loving. The other person doesn't love you. So it's just like a partial love. But if you love someone and the person loves you in return, then you would say that you love each other. Now, reciprocal pronouns are just two in number. You have each other and you have one another. How do you use each other and how do you use one another? When we talk about each other, you use each other when those mentioned are just two. For example, Khadija and Aisha, Adeniyi and Adeola, Abdullah and Abdurrahman. So James and John. James likes John and John also likes James. So James and John like each other. If James likes John and John does not like James, you wouldn't say they like each other because that is just like partial likeness. It is only James that is that is involved in that process of sharing like and all of that. John does not like James. But when John likes James and James also like John in return, you say they like each other. So you have James and John like each other dearly. Jane and Jarawa love each other very much. Note, I have just two people involved here. My wife and I met each other on a ship going to Liberia. Are they trying to escape, run away from Nigeria? I don't know. But they met each other on a ship going to Liberia. So you'll see that two people are involved here. The wife and the speaker. Now, let's proceed to the other one, which is one another. When you talk about one another is used when you have more than two things mentioned. When you mention more than two things, that is when you use one another. Three and above. I am not saying a specific number now. Three and above, more than two things, you use one another. Mr. Dele's 4 children love one another. Now it is 4. You wouldn't use each anymore. It should be one another. The teammates congratulated one another after the win. That is, this person congratulated this person also congratulated this person, like that. They are more than two. They all support one another. They all support one another. Note, reciprocal pronouns are two, each other and one another. Each other is used when two people are involved. When two entities are involved, you use each other. One another is used when more than two things are mentioned, 3 and above. Now, there is another one that, always confuse students, learners, and that is themselves. So let's talk about themselves. When we say themselves, I have an example here. The boy enjoyed themselves. Because it is not talking about any relationship here. Themselves is not talking about any relationship. When I say the boy enjoyed themselves, this is personal. That is, one of the boys, maybe I have 3 boys now. It means boy 1 enjoyed himself. Boy 2 enjoyed himself. Boy 3 enjoyed himself. Boy 4 enjoyed himself, like that, like that. So it means individually, the boy enjoyed themselves. That is, you enjoyed yourself, and I enjoyed myself too. You won't say, oh, the boy enjoyed themselves. It means that maybe Kola enjoyed Tolu and Tolu enjoyed John. No, this is individual now. So it is not part of your reciprocal pronoun. Your reciprocal pronouns are just 2. Each other, used when 2 things are mentioned. One another, used when more than 2 things are involved. Themselves is individualized. That is, you enjoyed yourself, Tolu enjoyed himself, Shade enjoyed herself, Bolanle enjoyed herself, Ade enjoyed himself. So that is an individual. It is talking about individual, not one-to-one relationship or anything. I hope this is clearly understood.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if that is clearly understood, let's move to the next one. Now we've talked about reciprocal pronouns. Let's see what we have next. Up next, I have possessive pronouns. Possessive pronouns. When we say possessive, it comes from the word possession. Oh, possessive pronoun comes from the word possession, and it shows ownership. Possessive pronoun shows ownership or possession. It shows that somebody belongs to another person. For example, Mr. Dele's son. It means that son belongs to Mr. Dele. Or something belongs to someone. For example, Tolu's bag. It means the bag belongs to Tolu. Or something belongs to another thing. For example, the cat's tail. The cat's tail. It means that the tail belongs to the cat. That is possessive pronouns to show that somebody owns something or something is owned by someone or another thing. I hope this is clear. Good. Now, some examples of personal pronouns are mine, its, hers, his, ours, yours, theirs. If you look at these possessive pronouns properly, you would see that it is only mine that do not possess an S at the end. All others, you have an S at the end. But mine doesn't have an S at the end. This is mine. I am telling you that it is not yours, so you do not touch it. This is mine. This is my own. That is the full form of this is mine. This is my own, telling you that this thing belongs to me, right? That is hers. That is hers, telling you that that thing is her own. That thing belongs to her. Do not touch it. It is not yours. So your possessive pronoun are mine, its, hers, his, ours, yours, and theirs. Now let's see some examples in sentences. For personal pronoun examples and sentences now, I have the choice to go to the university or not is yours. If I want to write this in the full form, I would write the choice to go to the university or not is your own. That is, you own the choice. You can decide to go to the university or not. If you do not want to go to the university, maybe due to the fact that you're already making a lot of money from your handwork or something, you can just sit at home and keep making your money and keep learning more, keep upgrading yourself. But if you know you still want to go to the university, you want to further your education, then the choice is yours to make. We took our share and gave them theirs. We took our share and gave them theirs. It means that we took our share and gave them their own share. So instead of writing their own share now, we just use the possessive pronoun theirs to represent their own share. That car is mine. Do not touch it. In fact, do not try to touch the wheel of my car. Otherwise, you're going to be arrested. That car is mine. The full form of this is that car is my own. It is my own car. A mini money. It is not yours. So you better go gather money to purchase yours. That car is mine. That car is mine. Now, there's something that you can confuse with possessive pronouns, and that is possessive adjectives. You have possessive pronouns, you have possessive adjectives. What differentiates possessive pronoun from possessive adjective? Your possessive adjective is going to show possession also, and it is going to qualify the noun it precedes. Possessive adjective will always come before a noun. That is just what I am trying to explain by saying qualify the noun it precedes. Possessive adjective will always come before a noun. Precede means to come before. Succeed means to come after. Precede, to come before. Succeed, to come after. From pre, before. Okay, examples of possessive adjectives. I have my, instead of mine, I have my, your. You can see, your does not have S, so possessive adjectives, you do not put S in the your. My, your, our, their, is, her, it, our, oh, I repeated our twice. It and their. Oh, I have these two things repeated, so pull this out. So I have my, your, our, their, is, our, and its. Those are the possessive adjectives. My possessive adjective always come before a noun. Possessive pronoun only talks about possession. You can see it is not coming before any noun here. It is written alone. But possessive adjective will always come before a noun. For example, that, oh no, I don't want this. For example, my, that is my bag. Mine here is a possessive adjective, not a possessive pronoun. You can see it comes before a noun, which is bag. That is my bag. If I want to write this in the possessive pronoun form, I will just write that is mine, not that is my bag. That is mine. Or that bag is mine. That bag is mine. But now I want to use possessive adjective. I have that is my bag. It comes before a noun. It shows possession and also comes before a noun. Do we understand this? Can we proceed? Are we together? Can we proceed, learners? Okay. Okay. Now, examples and sentences. This is my bag. That is her laptop. Their car is slow. Their car is slow. This is my bag. It is mine. That is her laptop. The possessive pronoun form would be, it is hers. Their car is slow. Then you have, the slow car is theirs. The slow car is theirs. Note, your possessive pronouns do not take apostrophe. Possessive pronouns do not take apostrophe. You can't write something like this now. As a possessive pronoun, I have, well, that is a laptop. I can write it as it is hers. It is hers. This is how it should be. H-E-R-S, not H-E-R apostrophe S. H-E-R-S, not H-E-R apostrophe S. Please, do you understand this? That is why you should have yours. It is yours, not your apostrophe S. Not your apostrophe S. Yours. Is, not is apostrophe S. It's, ITS, is possession, but IT apostrophe S is a construction, IT apostrophe S. This is, when you have IT apostrophe S, let's read on IT apostrophe S. It could mean it was, past tense of is now, was. It could mean it was. And also, it could mean it as, let me put down quickly. I said ITS, you can have it as it is in the present form. You can have it as it was in the past form. And you can have it as it as in, when you're talking about, when you are using it as it as, then it should come with a present participle. When I say present participle, I mean verb with ing. So IT apostrophe S is contraction, while ITS is possessive. It's a possessive pronoun. Now I said IT apostrophe S could mean, here, you can add this to be it is. When you are talking about the present form, you have it to be it is. When you are talking about the past form, you have it was. And also, it could be it as, it has. Now, when you say it is, you already know how to use it. You use it is and it was. You use it with been or other present participle verbs. It is and it was will be used with been. When I say been, I mean B-E-I-N-G. This been here. So you use it is and it was with B-E-I-N-G. But when you have this contraction, when you have it preceding, because I know somebody might want to ask me, okay, how do we know if it is it as, if it is written like this in the contracted form, how do we know that it is or it was or it has? Now, for you to know if it is going to come before being, B-E-I-N-G. It will come before being. For example, it's been done today. Now, this can, it comes before being here. You should know that it is not it has, rather it is, because it is saying today. So this is like a present form now. So this full form would be, it is being done today. Do you get it, please? Now, that is that about using it as it is. Now, what if I have it to be it was? How do I know? How do I know that, okay, oh, this thing now, it was, not it is anymore? Now, to use it as it was, then you'll be talking about what? The past form. For example, I have, for example, now I have, it was, it was, when you have this, you already know yesterday depicts past form. So this is for the past form. You can now write it, the contracted form, as this. So you know, oh, yesterday is past. So it means that if you want to write the full form, if you're asked to write the full form of this, it would be it was, not it is, which is the present form. Now for it has, how do I know it is it has? So use it with it has. If this contraction of it is, which is it space is, if it precedes being, been, then if you want to write the full form, you should write it as it has. If you want to write the full form, you should write it as what? It has. If it precedes ben or any past participle form of a verb, then you would know that it is used as it has in the contracted form. For example, I have, if you have this, now look at it. It comes before ben. Then writing the full form of this, you should write it as it has, not it is or it was. Why? Because it precedes ben. When it precedes ben, it should be written as it has in the full form. Do you understand it now? How to write the full form of the contraction it is, using being, using the present form, the past form, and when are you supposed to use it with ben and being? Good. So this is just by the way. Now let's move back to our possessive pronoun to show the difference. This one is a contraction and this one is a possessive pronoun. This one you can have, that is the dog's tail. It is it. So now let's continue with this. Possessive pronouns do not take apostrophe. Okay, that was where I went from explaining the difference between its and it apostrophe s. Now let's take the last one for today, which is personal pronoun. The last one for today is personal pronouns. Personal pronouns, when we talk about personal pronouns, they are words that are used as substitutes for proper names of people or things to avoid repetition. You know, we have proper nouns, right? When we talk about proper nouns, we are talking about nouns that are names of specific things. For example, now you have Shade. Shade is the name of a particular person, so it is a proper noun. You have Lagos. Lagos is the name of a particular place, so it is a proper noun. So when we say proper noun, the pronoun you use to, you know, replace a proper noun are called personal pronouns. Now, for personal pronouns, you have them in the subjective case and you have them in the objective case. You also have the singular and plural form of personal pronoun. Now, for those that can work as subject, when I say subjective, I mean personal pronouns that can be used as subject in a sentence. When we say subject in a sentence, subject is the performer of an action or the thing or person that is being talked about is the subject of a sentence. Subject is the performer of an action or the thing or person being talked about. That is a subject. Now, which of those pronouns can we use in the subjective case? I can have I, you, he, she, I have they, I have we, I have it. So these ones are used in the subjective case. You have the singular and plural there. I is singular. You is both singular and plural. If I am talking to everyone now, I'll say, you did it. You did it. I could be referring to a single person or more than a person. You did it. Maybe now after sitting for the UTME examination and you all scored 300 and above, I could say you did it. I'm not referring to just a particular person. I'm talking about everyone. You did it. And I could be talking about just a particular person. Maybe Benny Beko, for example, scored 375 out of 400 in his UTME examination. I say, oh, I am so proud of you. You did it. So there I am using it as what? A singular personal pronoun. So you can be used as singular and also plural. You have he is singular. She is singular. It, singular. So for the plural, you have we, you have you have they for the plural. So when you say he, she, or it, you use they as the plural. For I, use we as the plural. I am running. I am running. If I have other people running together with me, I would say we are running. That is the plural form. We are running. He is eating. He is eating. If there are more than one, maybe more than one male eating now, it won't be he is eating. Also for she, the plural for she is also they, and also for it, use they. Now, the objective personal pronouns, when I say objective, they are the personal pronouns that are used in the object form. The receiver of action in a sentence is what you call the object. Receiver of an action in a sentence is called the object. For example, Ade beat him. Ade was the one that beat someone. Who did Ade beat? I beat him. That him is the receiver of what? Of the action. Action beats. The receiver of the action beat in that sentence is him. So such pronouns that can be used for receiving action in a sentence are called objective personal pronouns. Objective personal pronouns. You also have them in the singular and plural form. Now, it's time to take some questions. Let's take some questions under personal pronouns. Let's take some questions under personal pronoun. Before we take questions, any question? I write out my questions. Any question? If you have a question, kindly type out your question. Okay, in the personal pronouns. Question. Can we say the family loves themselves? It means that if I am in that family, let's assume you are 5 in that family now. It means I love myself. Nafisa loves herself. Ibrahim loves himself. So that it means that they love themselves individually. Each person, now I love myself. That is my own. Maybe she also loves herself. Mentioned it that themselves is not part of reciprocal pronoun. If it's all, you want to say it and you say they love one another, the family love one another. So that means I love, if you're in that family with me, I love Shade. Shade, Bolu, Tola are all members of that family. So if you want to say it, you say the family they love one another. The family love one another. It means Tolu loves Shade in that family. Tolu also loves Bolu. Shade loves Tolu and Bolu. Bolu loves Shade and Tolu. Do you get it? But if you are saying that they love themselves, it means that that love is personal. I love myself as an individual. The other person also in the family loves herself. The other person also loves himself. So that one is personal love, individual love, not reciprocal. Now look at this question. I have question 1. Dash had to wash the car today. Adebimpe Roki, please mute yourself. Thank you. Dash had to wash the car today. Yahya Usman, what is your question? You can type your question. Thank you. Type your question. Thank you. Dash had to wash the car today. You and me. B, you and I. C, me and you. D, I and you. Now, this question comes under arrangement of personal pronouns. When you have more than a personal pronoun, which one will you put first? This is under arrangement of personal pronoun. When more than one personal pronoun is to appear in your answer, you want to fill your gap with more than a personal pronoun. Which one will you put first? Is it going to be you and me as we wash the car? Is it going to be you and I? Is it going to be me and you, or I and you? Now let's analyze this. When you talk about arrangement of personal pronouns, hold on to these two things. We and us. Your network is fluctuating. Wow. Who else is experiencing that? Am I audible? Does it mean that you can't hear me clearly? Okay, Benny Beko says I'm audible.
We can hear you clearly, ma.
Okay, maybe if you can't hear me clearly, maybe it's from your side, it's from your end. Maybe. You have the class is recorded, is a recorded class, so you cannot watch the recorded class on our YouTube channel. Thank you. So let's continue with this. We have we and we have us. If I want to pick my option now, I will depend on these two things, we and us. When you have we is in the subjective case. That is, whatever is a subject, whatever personal pronoun you have as a subject should fall under we. That is if it is more than one. You want to arrange them now. More than one personal pronoun appearing in your option. So you have this to be subjective. And us, use this for your objective case. That is, if that thing is talking about receiving the action rather than performing it. Now, if you look at this question now, you and me, you and I, me and you, I and you. This one is talking about performing an action. The action is what? To wash the car. Now, you and I should fall under this. If I can use we in this gap, and it will successfully fill the gap and make a sense, it means my answer should be you and I. Please, are we together? Maybe Am I still audible, please? Can you hear me? You can't hear me. Yes, I paused. I paused a bit. I wasn't talking. Can you hear me now? I'm talking now. So you should be able to hear me. I wasn't talking before. That was why you couldn't hear me. Please, can you still see my screen? If you can see my screen, unmute yourself and say, yes, I can see your screen.
Yes, I can see your screen.
I can see your
Yes, I
screen.
can see your
Thank you. Alhamdulillah. Let's continue. Okay, thank you, everyone. You can mute yourself now. Let's proceed. Now, I said for this type of question, if you can use we, and we will fill in this gap successfully, it means that the answer to that question is you and I. If I can use we and it would fill in the gap successfully, it means the answer to that question is what? You and I. On the other hand, you have us. We also have us. Us is used in the objective case. That is, if those things are objective. And for your objective case, you have you and me. So if you can use us to fill in this gap and you will fill it in successfully, it means you have to pick you and me. Now let's test it with this question. Dash are to wash the car today. We are going to test it using we and also us. The first one now, we are to wash the car today. Makes sense. Let's hold on to that. Let's see if the second one is going to be more better than the first one. Us are to wash the car. Okay, learners, let me leave you to judge this. Which one fills in the gap correctly? We are to wash the car today or us are to wash the car today?
We.
Oh, are you sure it is we? We, okay. We are to wash the car today. Now, if we fill in that gap successfully, it means that the answer you are to pick should not be you and me. It should not be I and you. It shouldn't be me and you. It should be what? You and I. So that the sentence reads, you and I are to wash the car today. Do you understand this? Okay. If you understand this, now we'll pick another question. We'll pick another question now. Hmm. 80 over 100 in your use of English. Otherwise, I'll just come to your house, swallow you. So let's see. We have another question under our personal pronoun here. You have another question. Remember, this matter is strictly between dash. This matter is between dash. So for A, option A, I have you and I. Oh, I overwrote the question. Between is part of the option, please. Remember this matter is so A and I. B, among you and I. C, among you and me. Then D, I have between you and me. Now you got this. So these are formula we and us. I'm serious. Okay. D. I have really smart learners here. They're already picking options. Now I have we and I have us. Option A, between you and I. People that are picking option A, please type your address before the end of this class. I will come to your place to swallow you. Remember, this matter is dash. Between you and I, among you and I, among you and me, between you and me. So now let's try to put in we and us. Remember, this matter is between. Okay. Remember, this matter is, let's pick between now, because you are not even going to use among. Who knows why we are not using among? We are ruling out these two options. Option B and option C. Now, when we say between, why am I ruling out among? Good job, because we are talking about two people. When you are talking about two people, you have to use between. When you're talking about two people, you use between. But when you're talking about more than two, that is when you can use among. So option B and C is out of the option. And this is just very, very easy, because now you have just option A and option D. Now let's put we. Let's assume that here now we have we and us. This matter is between, let's say you and I now, we have us and we have we. So are you going to say this matter is between us or this matter is between we? Which one is correct? This matter is between us or this matter is between we? Which one is right? People picking option A. Now come and defend your option. Between us now. We won't say this matter is between we. People that picked option A, put down your names. After the end of this class, put your name and your address. I'll come to your place by the grace of God and swallow you.
Okay,
So we
that's
are
all
going
on,
to
baby.
say, this matter is between us, not between we. This matter is between us. And when we use us, what do we pick? You and me. So the right option to this question is just, this matter is between you and me. Do you get it, please? Remember the first reason we ruled out among. Among won't be correct here because we are talking about just two. If we have more than two, then you can use among. But because we are talking about two people here, we are picking what? Between. And to know the right answer, we need to fill the gap with we or us. Whichever one fits is what will give us the lead way of what to use. And when we fit in we and us was the right option for this. This matter is between us. And when we say us, we pick you and me in the objective case like that. Good. Now, okay. Let's have another question. Let's see. This will be like the last question before the end of this class. By the grace of God. This will be the last question. Quickly. Ma, how can we know that the sentence is subjective or objective? Okay. This is how you can know. That is why you have we and you have us here. So when we say subjective, it just means that it is acting as what the subject in that sentence. Remember in this first question, I think the first question was, what was the first question again? I've forgotten the first question.
Dash out to watch the car today.
Okay, thank you. Okay, the first question was Dash had to wash the car today. Dash had to wash the car today. Now, in that sentence, that gap, do you think it is subjective or objective? Some people have to perform an action. And we say when we talk about subject is a person that performs an action in a sentence or the person or thing being talked about. So to wash the car, that action has to be performed by someone. That shows that that question is in the subjective case. To wash a car, it will be somebody that will wash the car now. The car cannot wash itself, right? So I'm answering your question now. To the person that asked the question about knowing which one is subjective and objective. For subject is the performer of an action. To wash a car, that action has to be performed by somebody. So you would know in that case that that gap is to be filled with a subjective personal pronoun. In this case, we. And for we, you have to use you and I. Now, for the objective case, the other question we solved now, remember this matter is strictly between dash. In that case, you're not talking about any action being performed. You're not talking about an action being performed here. Rather, you're talking about something in the objective case. And for your objective case, you use us. And for us, you fill in the gap with you and I. Let's take the last question quickly. Question number 3, before the end of the class. Now we'll take this question on possessive pronoun. This question is on possessive pronoun, and it's going to be a very easy question. Whoever picked a wrong answer, I don't know. Invariably, he ends his letters dash amicably. A, I have you. B, I have your apostrophe S. C, I have yours, like this. Then D, I have yours. Invariably, he ends his letters dash amicably. A, you amicably. Your apostrophe S amicably. Yours with apostrophe at the end. And D, yours. Option D, option D, option D, option D, option D. Option D. Okay. Grateful, no one chose option A this time around. So the answer is just option B because we are talking about what? A possessive pronoun. Invariably, it ends its letters with yours amicably. That is your own amicably. Yours. Good. So with this, we have come to the end of the class for today. Please I implore you, if you've missed any part, please and please don't forget to watch the videos. There you have your pen and your book at your own convenience. You jot down things that you might have missed in the class. That is the way you learn. That is the way you study. You don't just come to the class, learn, laugh, give me all your smiles, and at the end of the day, you just, till the next class. No, it is not fair that way. Okay? All right. Oh, you would have known your score. All right. We'll meet in the next class by the grace of God. Ben Ibeko, you have a query to answer because you're always very, very attentive in the class. You're always very, very punctual. And at the end of the day, you did not score up to my expectation. Okay. I'll see you all in the next class. Take care of yourself. Go warm up. Oh, thank you. May Almighty Allah continue to bless and increase us all in beneficial knowledge. All right, see you in the next class. Take good care of yourself and warm up before the next tutor joins in. All right, bye.